Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone is doing well. Everyone who is here, who joins later, if you're watching this back, welcome. It is great to see you. Today we are going to be doing our Sunday sprints, and just a little update so you are aware, if you're not already, these will not be happening next week. So this is it the last chance now for so this is going to be the last YouTube sprinting session for the summer conclave if you're participating in the Order of the Written Word. So I'm glad that you're here. This is going to be my last live sprint, and then there's one more, there's two more on Discord. So you'll see in the pinned comments that I have linked our Discord server. If you're not already a part of it, then you can join there and you can get in on our Discord sprints over there. So there will be a sprinting session from 5 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday the 23rd and Wednesday the 30th, and I believe I'm doing a wrap-up one, although now that I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, wait, because I'm going to be away next weekend for a book launch, so I might not actually be able to do the final session. So I'll have to figure that out. Let's see. Actually, no, I will be able to. That was silly of me. That was completely silly. I was thinking the last YouTube was like the last weekend, but it's not. So 23rd, 30th, and then 31st will be the last writing sessions that I am hosting for the Order of the Written Words Summer Conclave. So if you're participating, you still have those, but this is the last time you're going to see my face. The last time. All right, so we've got a bit of a slow start. I find that Sundays are a total toss-up. Like it's a total hit or miss. Either I have like a dozen people here or absolutely no one. Either way, I'm going to write, I'm going to get some work done. And so maybe people will watch back. I'm fine with either. I'm fine with talking to myself. I'm fine with screaming into the void or conversing with whoever decides to show up and write with me. So just to give people a bit more time to wander in so I'm not babbling too much into the void, I'm going to get our first sprint ready right here. So for anyone who is not used to my sprints, I do this run through every time, just in case. I start with 15-minute sprints. The ideal concept is that we have 6 15-minute sprints, but it doesn't always work out that way with time for talking and, chatting with each other. So we aim for that. It doesn't necessarily happen. Either way, we start with 15-minute sprints. We end with a 30-minute sprint, sometimes 2, depending on what we are in the mood for. So I'm going to get us started right now with the very first 15 minutes, just to jump right in, tear that Band-Aid off. I find that the first 15 minutes usually is not the most productive because I spend it getting back into whatever I was working on. And I'm not going to lie, today I'm really just not like in my novel headspace at all because I've been building a website. So I'm going to try to not just go back to building that website. I'm going to try to get my writing time in. I find that really difficult sometimes if I'm like in something and then I have to pull myself out of it, but it's good to pull myself out of it and do the writing because the writing is very, very, very important. And I want to finish this novella this month. So if you're just arriving, say hello in the chat. Let me know what you're working on today. And I'm going to start the timer and we'll be back chatting with you in 15 minutes. Sprint number 1 is down. All right, I see we've got a couple new people in here. Hello, Kasha, and anyone else who has appeared. I can see a little number on my end of things, but not necessarily who you are. So if you feel like saying a hello, please feel free to do that. We don't bite. We're a very nice little group here. And yeah, first sprint down, first 15 minutes. If you're just arriving, we are sprinting until 5 p.m. Eastern. I do 15-minute sprints and wrap up with 1 or 2 half-hour sprints, depending on what everyone wants. So I've been doing word counting during this sprint. As a part of the Order of the Written Word, we're doing our summer conclave right now, and that's focused on time spent writing. So I know I'm going to get my hour in today, which is good, but having been birthed in the world of NaNoWriMo, I am very much in the word count way of doing things. So I like doing a word count. Yeah, so in that first 15 minutes, I didn't think I would really do that well, but I actually caught up on what I was doing pretty quickly and got into a decent headspace for it. And I got 241 words down. So yay. Hello. Thank you so much. It's very sweet of you. And hello, welcome to the sprints. Editing is an excellent pursuit for these sprints. So like I was just saying about word count, I find that when you're editing, you're not going to be doing too much with the word counting. And I actually just got my roots done, finally. They've been growing out quite a bit. So that's why it's especially toned and looks the way it should today, which is always nice to have for a little bit. Hello, Marcella. I always want to get the pronunciations right. It's great to see you as well. Joining late isn't bad. We still have most of the session to go. So second draft of a graphic novel script. Awesome. Sounds like you're making good progress so far. I'm working on my novella, and I'm just coming up on 15,000 words right now. I'm aiming for between 40 and 50,000, but I think novella length is technically maxed out at 40,000. So we'll see how it goes. I think it should be all right. I did outline this, but as tends to happen with me, I wind up making chapters more detailed than I'm meant to. And then like the one I'm on right now was originally supposed to all be in one chapter, and I'm currently on part 3, I think, of this one chapter. So I'm hoping I don't do that too much more. It's getting more to the exciting stuff, which I think is going to be easier to just sort of go like bam, 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 big event per chapter. So fingers crossed. I don't want this to turn into like a full lengthy novel because that was not the aim, but you know, things happen. Yeah. This also sounds good. Writing prompts are good for anyone who is looking for writing prompts. Like if you like doing exercises based on writing prompts, I highly recommend getting involved in the Discord server because Kasha has been posting those in our now I'm blanking, our prompt pit. So anytime you're looking for some good prompts and want to share them with other people, see what other people are doing for those prompts, get some feedback, Discord is a great place to do it. Okay, I'm going to get our next 15 minutes on the stage here as we have a few more people and it looks like we are ready to jump into our writing practice for the day. I'm trying not to overheat. It's not hot out today here, but all the humidity and the heat has still gathered in the apartment, so I am dying a little bit, but not as bad as usual, so that's a plus. I really cannot wait for summer to be over, and it's only July, so that doesn't bode well for me. Okay, I saw one person drop out of here, so I'm gonna shut up and let everyone write. Yes, that is also true. I'm sorry, I know that the chats don't show up quite as well, but I presume you are all looking in the chat. But yes, if you like writing prompts, if you like creating them, you can also post your own writing prompts on the server. So thank you for that, that edit there, Kasha. I appreciate it. Alrighty, we're gonna get going on this next 15 minutes. Get some writing done. I did 241 last time, so I'm gonna aim for that or more this time. I always try to do a bit more per chunk of time, but we'll see if I get distracted by the website. I haven't yet, so fingers crossed. Okay, with that, I will talk to you all in 15 minutes. All right, 2 sprints down. Hey there, Daniel. How's it going? I did 0 words that time because I found 2 unrecognized charges on my bank statement. So that's fun. I spent the whole time trying to figure what on earth it could possibly be and running through my entire day yesterday and trying to figure out what that could possibly be. So that's always fun. There's Scooby-Doo. How's it going? Oh, so yeah, no words on that one. Just life frustrations. I don't even remember why I was gonna. Oh yeah, I was gonna look there to just quickly put in like a little payment to my credit card, a cheeky little quick payment, and yeah, found like $50 worth of stuff that I did not. I don't know. And apparently, it's like a point of service, point of sale payment. So like a business that uses Amazon Pay. It's like Amazon Pay India private. I don't know. It looks super sketchy, and I legitimately can't remember buying anything that would have used like an Amazon Pay. I'm very confused. Anyhow, how did the rest of you do? How many words did you get if you're counting words? What's your general vibe if that's what we're going on? How is the writing feeling today? How is it progressing? I felt good about my first part, and yeah. Oh, I didn't get 0. Oh my gosh. You can tell I'm losing my mind right now. I've been in a losing my mind headspace for the past couple months, honestly. Like, oh, I'm heading up on like a big life change, and it cannot come soon enough. When I move, lots of things are going to be different. It's going to be great. So yeah, I didn't get 0 words. It's just like, I got so drawn into my stupid bank thing that I forgot that I did do a tiny bit of writing, but I got 198. So, all right, we got a little bit happening. It wasn't all a complete loss. Oh boy. Oh, cute. I don't know if it's cute. I always think sleepovers and think cute, but I'm glad you're making progress. Yeah, it is an O. Hopefully it's all right. But I mean, it was just 2 charges, so I feel like I must just not be remembering something. I did a lot of running around yesterday. I did a lot. Like I got up, I went and got my hair done. Then I had to rush back, and I got snacks before going to a picnic, but I've bought snacks from this place and it's never said Amazon Pay before, and definitely not India. So yeah, I don't know, I'm figuring it out. Oh, excellent. Jacket drawing is good. I miss drawing. I haven't done drawing in a while, or painting. Oh, I'm going to be able to do that when I move. It's going to be so nice. Oh, all right. That is the funny thing with editing. It's kind of like more about what you remove than what you add. So I guess you can kind of do word count that way. Yeah, that's an excellent quote. It's very, very true. Whatever doesn't kill us ends up on a page. It makes me think, yeah, like growing up, anytime something would happen and I would be frustrated, or I'd be like pulled into some sort of ridiculous Winnipeg drama, which that's what that city is entirely about. I thought I was like someone who got involved in drama until I left Winnipeg and realized, no, it just spent like most of my life forcing it upon me, that city. So oof, oh boy. But yeah, it makes a good story, right? It does. I'm moving not out of Montreal, I'm just moving across the city. So I'm very excited for that. I'm on one side of the city now, more like west direction, and I'm moving like far east direction, but not Montreal north before that. So like more like Hochelaga versus NDG. I was just thinking, like, how specific should I be about this? I think if I give the general neighborhood, that's not a big deal. People already largely know on my YouTube channel that I'm an NDG girly currently, because I do vlogging in the area. But yeah, it's exciting. Right now, I've technically been homeless for a year. I came back from traveling, and then I have been on my mom's couch, just sort of helping out with things here. But we both had to figure out what exactly was going to happen next. So that finally came up. We thought we might have to go further out east, just because it's so expensive here. Montreal is trying to catch up with Toronto, and they are actually admitting that. And it's ridiculous because no one wants them to catch up with Toronto. Toronto is unrealistic and insane. Canada real estate for anyone who's not from here. So luckily we found a place. It's an 8.5. And my friend is moving in with us. So we'll have plenty of room, 3 closed rooms. 3 closed rooms, then 1 like dining room area, kitchen, double room, yard, and there'll be room for home activities, storing Stygian stock, all of that. I'll be able to have like my filming area set up, and like I said, painting and all of those things. So, video essay. Okay, 6 hours long. Yeah, I understand. Whenever I do longer videos, it becomes quite the project. My Quills versus Code one was I had to do a lot of cutting down for that one for sure. But Kasha is right. If it's a great subject, go for it. Go for it for sure. If you are posting on YouTube, then that just means even more for people to watch, and that's great. But yeah, a lot of effort, and especially like cutting things. Cutting a 6-hour video, I would lose my mind. Like when I first moved here a decade ago, for anyone who's waiting for the writing, we are going to get back into it soon. I don't post videos on my channel right now, so basically all my updates wind up being on these lives for the moment. When I moved here a decade ago, it was so cheap. It was so cheap. My ex and I moved into a place that was about the same size as the one I'm going into, and it was like $1,600 a month. It was like a 10-room place with a basement and a backyard and a garage, and it was so nice. And then since COVID, actually, the prices just went like in Montreal. So my ex again has a theory that it's because so many people were able to work from home, which was good, but at the same time, it made it easier to move here. And then prices and everything got to go up because we do have like the official French language, French English. And so if you can work from home and not worry about language, it makes it a whole lot easier to be here. But I can't really speak on that because I'm one of those people, but I came here before COVID. So, okay. All right, I'm going to add our timer to the stage so that everyone knows we are going to get started on the sprints in a second. We're at 3:47, so we're going to do one more 15-minute, and then I'm going to check in with everyone here and see if you want to do 2 half-hour sprints or 2 more 15 and then 1 half hour. So keep that in mind because I'm going to ask when we come back. You can even let me know now if you like. So after this 15-minute, you either get 2 more 15-minute and then a half hour, or we're going to do 2 half hours. All right. On that note, let's hope that I don't get pulled in by some other distraction. The struggle is real, and I will talk to you all in 15 minutes. All right, another sprint down. So I don't know what was happening with that background music, but I hope it's fixed moving forward. I am juggling a couple different little music systems here on video and in music files, so sometimes they're a little shifty back and forth. All right, 219 words on that one, so coming up a little bit from the last one. I always find that when I start sprints, I'm writing a really annoying part of the book. I don't know why, like every time it just seems to be the case. And then I sort of ramp up while I'm writing and get to something really exciting near the end, and then it's over. How's everyone else doing? What kind of word count did you get? Editing count, so like minus word count. How's it feeling? How's the general writing going? Good, bad, something in between? And what do we think about these final sprints? Do we want to do 1 or 2 15-minute, depending on how much talking I do? Let's see what we can do with 1 half-hour at the end, or do we want to try for 2 half-hour? If we do 2 half-hour, I'm going to talk very briefly between them so that we can try to work this in, because we've got 55 minutes left at this point. So let me know. If not, then I will make an executive decision for all of us. I am trying to get out of the boring stuff that I'm writing and into something more interesting, so hopefully I can do that in the next sprints. Alrighty. Okay, 2 half-hours. We've got 1 vote. If we don't have any other vote, then that's what we're going to go with. I'm going to get started fairly soon because I don't want to, I feel like I went on my Montreal rant last time and I don't really need to do too much more in that area. I guess a little update while I just wait to hear from anyone else. I see we've got about 6 people here, so if you're just arriving, we're trying to figure out if we're going to do okay, there's another for 2 half-hour. Alrighty. I mean, those longer ones do allow you to get into it and stay into it a bit more. So I personally am fond of them as well. So it looks like that's what we're going to be doing. I think we're going to be doing 2 half-hour sprints. So we'll start that in a moment. Oh yeah, I was going to just add quickly that the website I mentioned at the beginning of this session that I've been working on, that my brain keeps wanting to go back to it. I am finally creating a dedicated website for the Order of the Written Word. It is not going to be our final form because we want to create something that is actually like a good platform where you can track your words and all of that good stuff. That takes a lot to develop. A lot of people in the server were really happy still with the Discord server being our main place for community, so that can keep going a little while longer, but it's no longer going to be at Stygian Society because we want to try and separate them a little bit as we head into the 2nd year. So I'm excited to announce that. I will be posting links for it shortly, probably this coming week, hopefully before I leave for Toronto. That's the plan. But okay, so I see now. It's entirely Kasha's fault. If we have any tech issues, it's not Mercury retrograde, which is happening right now. It's Kasha. I try not to be superstitious, but sometimes it just gets in your brain. Alrighty, gonna add this to the stage, get ready for our half-hour sprint session. We're going to do 1. I'll do a quick check-in after this one. Give us a second to run and grab a glass of water or something, and then we'll do a final half-hour. And thank you. The Discord is great. I love the Discord, and it's been such a great platform to get things going. We definitely want to have something that's similar to what NaNoWriMo had, though, because I personally really like that. I know a lot of people did, being able to add badges and all that fun stuff. So being able to do something similar but better, that's with all of our our branding, our sort of secret society, Order of the Written Word, like more dark academia vibe. I'm really excited to be able to do that. And hopefully we'll be able to do that maybe by the 3rd year, I'm thinking. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how sponsorships go, things like that. But I am positive about our future with the Order. Alrighty. It is time to get into our first half-hour sprint, so hopefully we can all really get into that good writing headspace and get some solid work done. And I will talk to you in half an hour. Alrighty, first half hour is done, which means we only have one more sprint left. I was doing a lot of research during that one, so I'm not even gonna count those words. It really wasn't much. But since I have historical elements in this story, there is a lot of research involved. So when I bring another character in or something like that, I have to make sure I'm getting it right. And even so, like a lot of the editing process for this story is going to be going back and making sure that I've gotten things right. How did everyone else do? How are your words? How are you feeling? I'm also super hungry, and also now things are going to be kind of thrown off because I found out that one of my my rat friends passed away. My partner and I had rats together, and since I'm allergic, when he had to move to another province where it's actually illegal for rats to exist, it's crazy, he couldn't take them. So we rehoused them with a friend of mine who's amazing. She's a rat vet. It's her specialty. So you could not imagine a better person to care for the rat friends. So yeah, there were two of them, and now they've both passed away. So rats do not live long enough. I swear, it's crazy. I think they were each just over 3 years old, or one was 2.5, one was 3-ish, coming up on, or maybe just coming up on her third. They do not live long, and they're such amazing little creatures. They're so smart. They're so wonderful. They learn their names. They connect with you. It's not not to throw shade on hamsters, but hamsters, I've had hamsters and gerbils, and if one runs out of their cage, you're not seeing them again unless you drag them to you and you have to hunt them down, and it's difficult. But rats, they know you. So yeah, it's sad. Thank you. Yeah, and I didn't get to. I'm glad because Pei was visiting here in May, and we got to see her then. And I know that the people who were caring for her would have invited me over, but they're out of town, and they took her with them, which was really sweet. So she, Sylvia, who was the remaining rat, she had a really fun little adventure off to the East Coast before passing away. So They both had amazing lives, but unfortunately, they do not live as long as I would like them to. Alrighty, I'm gonna add this back to the stage here because we're at 4:41 already. Oh my gosh! So we are gonna go over on the time, which is fine. But I'm feeling tired and hungry and blah, so I definitely don't want to keep everyone too much longer. But let's try to do some writing. It's good. For me, let's use the uncomfortableness to write something. It's a good idea, I find. But yeah, it's the province of Alberta. You cannot have rats there. So one of the things we were thinking was he wound up flying back, but we were talking about it first. Oh well, if he drove back, it's within Canada, so they can't really stop you at the border of the province. So you could actually take a rat to Alberta if you wanted. But the thing is, you wouldn't have veterinary care for them. So that doesn't exactly work. So yeah, the rat friends had to remain in Quebec. And the only reason we were able to have them before with my allergies was because we had a large enough apartment where they were on one side and like they could be closed into a room and he did all of the cleaning because I can't do that. Like there are generally like two kinds of allergies with animals, and it's like urine or dander. And for me, it was like a urine allergy. So if if they walk on you, I'd get like hives everywhere they walked. And I definitely could not do cleaning. I would try sometimes, but not being able to breathe is not ideal. So yeah, they're wonderful. And these two, Sylvia and Baudelaire, they were little Dumbos. So if you've seen the Dumbo rats, their ears aren't on top of their head, they're on the side. So cute. Absolutely adorable. And so much personality. Okay, well, I'm going to go into our final sprint. I hope that we can all get some writing done. I don't know how great I'm going to be at it. I've already been off today, so I'm going to try my best, but I may fail. But I mean, as long as you're getting words down, and I have gotten some words down today, it is not a failure. It's okay, and there is always tomorrow. So without further ado, let us go into our final sprint. If you wind up leaving during this sprint, thank you for coming, and I will see you not next week. Actually, I might not see you again on YouTube until September because I am probably going to be taking a semi-hiatus through August because I'm going to be moving on the 23rd and need to do all the prep for that, then get my studio set up again and all of that stuff. So stay tuned for updates. I'll post on the community tab. I'll post in Discord. I'll post on my social media, and you'll know like at the beginning of August what will be going on. Either way, I will be back in September for sure. So, all right, 50 words. Congrats. We're making progress. All right, so hopefully this next one allows you to get a lot more done with your writing, with your editing. I will be back in 30 minutes to talk with you then and wrap things up, and let us sprint. All right. We are officially done for the day. Only 14 minutes over, not too bad. I did right. I wrote more than I expected I was going to in that one. I got 962 words down, which actually makes it even 1,400 for the day. So it's a decent chunk. And I think I've got to a point that I'm going to enjoy writing once I start on it, I think. But I'm going to probably stop for the day, maybe get a little bit of a walk in, and then come back to it. I find, I forget who told me this, someone told me this, and I find that it's accurate, that it's good to stop like before you're ready to stop with your writing, to stop in the middle of a sentence, or like right when you're about to get to the good stuff, because then it'll be easier to get started writing the next time. So, I mean, that might sound obvious, it might not, but sometimes when you hear something, it's like, yeah, it gives you permission a little bit. So when I heard that, I thought, yeah, that's actually a good idea, because getting into the writing can be the hardest thing sometimes, right? So how did everyone do? Let me know your words, your feelings, whatever way you are tracking your work, your removed words for those editing. Oh, amazing. Perfect. That's great. That's a great count for editing, and I'm glad you got to where you want to be. And 304 is awesome too. Great. I'm so glad that that we're all getting to where we want to be with our work for the day. It's so important. Yeah, so I will add for the last time. I know I repeat myself, but on live streams, I find that it's kind of a good idea to do so because people are coming in and out. There will be no sprints next weekend. I'm not sure yet what I'll be doing after that for August. It depends on how things go with scheduling the move, with what I need to take apart, what I need to move early, what the studio is going to be like, that sort of thing. Okay, well, if you didn't finish, at least you made progress, and that's what counts, right? I think it's getting quite late where you are too, although maybe not late for your standards. So maybe you'll be able to keep working and get it done still, I hope. So yeah, this is the last session of July. Next weekend, I will be away at a book launch in Toronto. And then we'll see what happens in August. Either way, I will be able to do sprints on Discord, so I'll be able to keep that up because I do those just via message. Like I don't have to be live for it, so I don't have to worry about the camera and the background and all of those things. So as Kasia was saying before, it's a great time to join the Discord server if you haven't already. It's in the pinned post. Yeah, we've got a lot coming heading into the fall, which feels strange to say considering we're just coming to the end of July. There's still lots of summer to go, but I know that August is going to just fly by for me. So I'm already preparing for September. For October, there's lots coming up with the Order of the Written Word. Keep an eye out for the new website for that. Yeah, lots of cool things. Spooky season is always the best. And then we're going to be doing a lot more with the Christmas Bird Diary again in December, heading into the holidays with the Stygian Society. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for joining me. I see more people joining now. If you're just joining, I'm so sorry. That was our last sprint. But if you do need some timers, anything like that, you can always go back and watch from the start. You are welcome to do so. You just won't quite get the same kind of direct interaction. But you can also join Discord and people will be there. We've got like over 430 members. So there's usually some sort of activity going on. Okay, so I'm going to head off. Thank you again. I'm going to miss you all. I look forward to being back whenever I am back on YouTube. But until then, I hope that you're all having a day and a weekend and a month maybe that is just as wonderful as you are. Bye.